Oh, we are live. This is the Love Gurus podcast. Thank you for listening out there. If you're listening on SoundCloud and iTunes and stuff like that, watch on YouTube Live because we are in a new apartment. Yeah. We're starting right now.
You think your love life is going kind of bad?
Not when you live in a cool new apartment.
Yeah.
What?
Girlfriend
That's right.
accidentally banged your dad.
She banged him in the old apartment, though. Fresh start now.
New apartment, new memories.
That's right. That's right.
If you find out your fiance has been slipping it to your mom.
That's actually in a Walgreens.
Yeah, but that's when you had a pool at the old place.
I mean, you know, it's a nice pool. I don't blame him.
Some pools require fucking.
Yep. Said so right on the side of the pool building I bought it from. Yes, you are listening to the Love Gurus podcast. We're going to take ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit. With me, as always, is my co-host, Suzanne. How's it going, Suzanne?
Oh, it's great. And listeners, if you can't tell by this scenery, obviously Jake and Amy moved into a new apartment, which is amazing and beautiful. And so, we have a whole new setup. It's great. I mean,
dude, it rocks.
Talk about a fresh start.
Love it.
New year, new Jake and Amy, and baby Jake as well.
Yes, baby Jake's doing well.
Baby Jake came through and was like, listen, new year, new me.
It was his idea. He was like, fuck this old apartment.
He's only 2 months old, but he was just like, listen, I could do better than this.
Yes.
And you guys upgraded your apartment.
It's awesome, man. I'm loving it here, but I'm loving our guests even more, man. We have two hilarious guests, two returning guests. First up, she's a hilarious stand-up comic. Returning guest, Lisa Harmon. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Thank you for being here. Where can they find you?
Next month I'll be at the Lounge at Pangea on January 14th.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go to the Lounge.
That's a fun show all the time.
Nice.
Always a great show.
Nice.
Please come.
And thank you to our second guest, another returning guest, another hilarious stand-up comic, Mr. Ben Miller. Thank you for being back on the show.
Yeah, happy to be back here.
Dude, likewise. Tell them where they can find you.
Oh, already? I haven't even done anything. Yeah, sure. So I'm gonna be in Chattanooga on January 7th, doing an hour there,
touring.
and then January 28th in Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Nice.
As well.
Asbury Park is in New Jersey is the ritzy part of New Jersey.
That's awesome.
Get it.
That's
Get
awesome.
it, Ben. Get
Okay.
yourself a sugar mama.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope so. That's
Screw working for a living.
Yeah, just some old retired moms down by the Jersey Shore.
Oh my God, you're gonna crush that gig,
dude.
It's gonna be so great.
We're
I'm so
planning.
excited for
We're
you.
planning cococaine in Cher's new boyfriend's pocket. All right, and we're calling the cops on him. He goes to jail. You swoop in. You Sancho.
Yeah.
Cher's a sugar baby.
So remind me again. So you're Asbury Park. It's January 28th.
Yeah.
Okay, so on maybe January 14th or 15th, Jake and I are going to put Coke into vials and throw them into the ocean from Coney Island.
That's
and then
right.
by the time they wash to shore to Asbury Park, it's time for your gig. You know,
Boom.
those women are going to be they're going to be doing their runs on the beach and be like, "Oh my God, what's this? What?" And then they're going to get to your gig and be totally excited for it. I mean, they'd be excited for it anyway, but you know what I mean? It's going to be a great gig for you.
Yeah, no, they're gonna be strung out during the show.
Oh, dude, that sounds like the worst, man. Just coked up audience members.
Everyone's going to feel so skinny, and that's what makes a happy audience. Just
Dude,
kidding.
can you imagine how often they would have to go to the bathroom? It would be fucking awful. The whole audience, just every 20 minutes, everybody has to get up and just...
They'd be at the beach the day of, and so then they'd go to the show. So then he has a sold-out show because they just found a bunch of Coke on the beach.
All right, maybe we got to, as long as they're just doing a little bit while they're drinking. I don't want a strung-out audience. That sounds like a fucking nightmare. They're all trying to put in their 2 cents. It's a whole fucking ordeal.
I'm not saying that we have a T-shirt cannon of Coke that we're shooting out to Asbury Park. That's irresponsible. Inexpensive. Okay,
Maybe Molly.
We don't got that kind of money.
Absolutely. But you know who does have that kind of money is the people asking questions. Let's take our first questions from the wild animals on Reddit. People, You are listening to the Love Gurus podcast. If you're listening out on Apple iTunes, I'm a fucking moron. Apple Podcasts, formerly known as iTunes, or Spotify, or any of that good stuff. Listen live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Remember to like and subscribe the podcast, and then comment live, man. We'll take your questions, comments right on the show. But for now, we're going to take our first question from the wild animals on Reddit.
First question. Should I attend Christmas? My brother is 45 and I'm 31. He's highly educated, but has only been doing academia and starting his own startups. Since he doesn't earn any money, he lives by borrowing. Unfortunately, he's borrowed a down payment for a house worth of money from me. I kept giving to him because he kept saying how urgently he needs the money and that he'll end up on the street. This was the only thing that kept us in touch. Anyway, since I've gone to therapy, I considered the money long gone, and I'm over it. I have not given him any money for a long time, and I've told him to never ask me for money again.
Wow.
But he kept messaging me, asking to give him more, and he's been doing it with suicide threats, writing things like, "Why have you chosen your brother's death?"
I would so let him do it. I would tell him to fucking do it. Are you kidding me?
I really don't want to see him at Christmas. Now I've been living with my parents for a year to save for a down payment on an apartment. They have bought my brother tickets to come and celebrate Christmas with us. I've told them about what he's doing, and while they are sympathetic, they also want us to get along. I told my mom that I'm just not going to be here while he's here, and she simply said that I should be here because she has a heart problem, and who knows how many more Christmases we'll have together.
Wow. Oh, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. They're all threatening her with death.
But they're not even Jewish, and they're all using guilt.
My friend is going away for Christmas, so I'm just going to stay at her place while she's gone. But my mom keeps telling me things that I need to do around the house and what I need to do to be here for Christmas, but I am not going to be there. So what should I do? Should I just not come back after work? How do I navigate this? So to give a brief summary, the brother is coming home who is I'm not going to give my opinion. I'm going to explain the situation before I give my opinion. So the brother is coming home. The brother has asked him for loads of money. He has given that money. The person writing the question then went to therapy and realized that this was manipulative. The person writing the question was like, I'm gonna live at home with my parents. I'm gonna save up for a down payment. And then the mom was like, listen, the brother's gonna come home. You need to be here. I don't have much time left. You need to be here for Christmas. And he's like, this is violating my boundaries. So, yeah.
I love how good of a dad Jake is. He's like going over to be like, shut up, son. I have a podcast to do.
Yeah.
I think it was more the echo.
It was the echo. Yeah, we were hearing the show from the other room.
Oh, really?
I was trying to be a little more seamless about it. Also, I told her to put a pillow over the kid's face because he was making I opened the door. I'm like, well, he's yapping a bit too. So it's just problems
Everybody's
all around.
a critic,
Yeah.
Yeah. Could we have your son weigh in on this question?
I mean, my son doesn't want to go to Christmas.
He hates to travel. His little tongue is like manipulation.
Yeah.
But when you're 2 months old, you can't really form those words.
Yeah,
you don't form those words until you're 25 and $25,000 after therapy.
Right.
That's a developmental thing.
I'm around the kid enough that I now speak Babanese. Means tell him to kill himself. Tell the brother to kill him. Tell him to hang himself from the goddamn mistletoe. I would not be putting up with this at all.
So I just think that, the parents, the manipulation in this family is rampant.
It is pretty rough.
It is rampant.
Out of control.
The fact that the brother has manipulated the person writing the question, now the mom is manipulating him. There is no sympathy. I don't know. Like, can you even say that there's sympathy if someone's manipulating you like that?
No, he's got to stand up for himself.
He sucks.
He's got to get a backbone. Yeah, everybody's pushing him around.
He's
And
awful.
what does he do that he's got all this money to give away? And then why did he have to then move in with his mother to get the second down payment when he already gave his brother the first down payment?
Yeah, this is pretty wild.
Because he didn't have any money anymore. Yeah, and so because also, to be fair, because this guy, the person writing the question, is 31. So the fact that he moved back in with his parents, he doesn't say if he's paying rent to his parents or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But again,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no.
And his parents are old because his brother's way older than him.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go out.
His brother's 14 years older.
Yeah, dude. What did she say? He was 35?
45.
The brother's 45.
Yeah. Okay. The 45-year-old dude who borrows money from the 31-year-old sister. Not only he certainly
it's a
does
brother,
not
but
pay
that doesn't
rent
matter.
to the. These are both guys.
It's both brothers.
God, yeah. I don't know why I
yeah.
thought this was a. But
Doesn't
You're like,
matter.
there's no guy that
This
would
is
go
a-
to therapy.
This
yeah,
is-
dude. What is he? He's got to be a chick, right? That's a chick thing to do.
This is a gender fluid question. We
Yeah.
don't need to define, but yeah.
Gender fluid is right because this guy's getting pissed on. That's right. He's getting pissed on all over. It's ridiculous. So he's borrowing money from his brother who's 14 years his junior. Not only is he not paying the parents rent, the guy who does that, he's stealing Percocets out of their fucking medicine cabinet. Like any prescription drugs they have is, oh my God, I have to re-up again. Like, yeah, you do. It's weird how quick a 2-month supply goes in your house now that fucking Junior's back home at 45.
Oh, my.
Oh yeah, and the way he was asking for money sounds like there's like manipulative campaign emails.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we're asking for your help one more time,
Yeah.
please.
Uh-huh.
It'd be so funny to get an email from Bernie. He's like, I'm gonna kill myself if you don't donate right now.
Yeah.
The 1% has most of the money and I will kill myself.
But I agree with Ben in the sense that I think that the brother, again, the person writing the question is very saying he's highly educated, he's trying these startups, so he's trying to go out there and do his own thing.
It's pretty
And so
wild,
the
yeah.
first time it's like, okay, yeah, got you, I'm gonna give some money. And again, like I guess like what isn't quantified is how much he's considering a down payment for an apartment is. Because if this is in Kansas, we're talking about $500. If this is in New York, we're talking about $200,000. We don't
That's
know
right.
how
Right.
much money is actually being given to this person.
We also don't know how good the startup is.
I'm going to go on a limb
the
and say
first-
not good.
Yeah, and the first rule of startups is never use your own money. You always
Yes.
get some chump to invest.
Right.
Right.
But
And
you
that chump
shouldn't-
is your
it
little brother.
shouldn't be in your family. Yeah, you should get some chumps from some other chumpy family.
Yeah.
Man, this is when listening to Gary V videos on mushrooms goes wrong. What's that, Gary? Get my 14-year younger brother to pay for my startup business? What the fuck?
So again, we don't know how much
I'm selling NFTs of Trump NFTs. Give me some money.
a
Oh my
screenshot of
goodness.
it.
Oh my.
But yeah, so we don't know how much money has been given. But again, like I get it. It's like your brother does this thing. He does have an education. It's not like he just came out of high school and was like, oh, I'm going to start. He has an education. So again, like there's like a legitimacy to this. But then it's the, second and third time, it's just like honey badger out. Like
Yeah.
I can't give you any more money.
He should claw him like a
But
fucking
why
badger.
can't,
That's what I
he
say.
just go to Christmas anyway and just not give him any money? I mean, is he that much of a soft touch that he can't sit through a
Oh,
meal?
man.
Ooh,
Yeah.
good question.
Yeah. Well, he's clearly a soft touch. He keeps giving this guy money.
Yeah.
I say make it as
Let's get
uncomfortable
his
as possible.
number and ask him for some money for
Yes.
his podcast.
He's one of those
Sir.
people that it's like that he gets those random calls that it's like, this is the Social Security office and your
Yeah.
and he's like, my Social Security number is this is the pin to my bank. Just like, dude, just don't
Yeah.
give your personal
Right.
information out.
Yeah, in
Right.
fact, now my best advice
Well,
to this
okay.
guy, since he's such a fucking pushover, is send money to this podcast so we can buy some like Shure 7Bs like Rogan uses. You know what I'm saying? Give us some better sound equipment.
Yeah.
More equipment.
But no, Lisa, I think, makes a really good point of like how so his whole thing is that he's gonna because he's living with the parents now, so then the brother's gonna come back. He's so scarred and vulnerable by this whole situation. He can't even sit there and just drink bottles of wine
Man.
while his parents are entertaining his brother. I mean, I I'm just saying, like, you think about people that were in like foxholes for weeks at a time.
Yeah.
He can endure Christmas
Yeah.
with the people that he lives with. Just don't give him your debit card.
A member of the greatest generation would have curb stomped this fucking brother years ago. Yes. Sir,
I
you
don't
are not the
condone that.
greatest anything. I'm not saying you should curb stomp but I'm not saying you shouldn't. Okay, what I'm saying is, like, I don't condone curb stomping, but let's just say if I'm on the jury when you do it, I might believe that the glove doesn't really fit. You know what I mean? I might believe your alibi is what I'm
In
saying.
a different time.
The shoe doesn't fit. That's right. The steel-toed work boot does not fit.
In a pre-politically correct time,
Yeah.
right? Stomping someone is okay, but
That's right. Now the world's all PC, and
Yeah,
you can't
now
stop
you
people's
can't-
teeth out of their head. That's
But
right.
also the other
can't
thing.
get rid of those parasites in your family. You have to put them in therapy
But
and live with them.
now the thing is, crowdfunding is so common now. It's you know, it is just like a common thing. Like, so I think probably the last time that I asked for money from my family, it was like I was running a marathon. It was for a cause like leukemia or something, and I like
So
sent an email.
What the hell?
I know.
Nice.
For leukemia?
I'm just saying, but I did feel manipulative when I sent it to
Really?
people, and then it was like my ex stepmom's sister gave like it was like $500 or something like that, and I was like, I felt bad. I felt like I had manipulated this person who
Did you
wasn't
send
even
it back?
related
Did you
to
do the
me.
right thing and be like, the leukemia kids don't deserve it. You keep it.
Apparently, I didn't do anything. Leukemia is still a thing. I didn't do shit.
Oh, it
They
turns
didn't-
out.
I ran that marathon. They didn't fucking cure leukemia. What's up?
It turns out that.
What's up, Leukemia Society? You fucking...
False advertising.
You know what this guy's startup was? The Leukemia Society. Yeah, he was like, I can get a bunch of vulnerable runners to get their friends to send me money and pretend to cure leukemia while doing nothing. I'll be like the what's his name? That who's the big televangelist down in
like
Texas?
Joel Osteen?
Joel Osteen. I'll be the Joel Osteen of
Yeah.
leukemia.
I'm
That'll
just
be
saying,
my move.
had I run the marathon and they cured leukemia, I wouldn't feel guilty about it, but they didn't.
That's
So I
right.
feel like I definitely just extorted my family members.
And then when there's a hurricane in Texas, I'm not letting leukemia patients into my clinic. That's right. Fuck them. They can fend for themselves.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously this person has a problem with boundaries and also just standing up for his own self. But yeah, I think my final advice, I'm gonna go with what Lisa said. Yeah, it's fine. Just you can rent out your friend's apartment, go back for Christmas dinner, whatever your mom says, but just shut down. You just mentally, before you go in the door, shut down. You're not engaging. You're not agreeing. And if they get crazy, you can just leave, because that's what 31-year-old adults are allowed to do nowadays.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's pretty wild. I say show up, tell everybody about the money, or at least do what the brother-in-law in Uncut Gems did. Make it like the Hanukkah in Uncut Gems. You know what I mean? Just stare at him with those crazy evil blue steel eyes that say, you remember when you were in the trunk of your own car because my goons put you there 2 nights ago? You give him that look. You know what I mean? Also hire goons, you know? I'm not saying goons should curb stomp, at least not the first time. First, you shove him in the trunk of his own car naked, you know? Then we eventually work up to the end of that movie.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, perfect.
Yeah.
So what's your guys' final advice for this question?
Yeah, he needs to grow up and grow a pair. He's a 31-year-old man. Just, draw the line with your family.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
God. He's getting pushed around by his mom.
He's
too.
getting pushed around by everybody.
Yeah.
And then he's writing a letter to you guys to figure out what to do. I mean,
That's rough.
He needs a spine, this guy.
Yeah. Ben, you got any final advice?
Yeah, it seems like the startup is almost there. I feel like another like 20 more thousand. I think.
Yeah.
Just another 20.
That's right.
Do
That's
it.
right. That startup is called the Love Gurus Podcast. He's our new producer. That's right. All right. Well, I think we answered that question.
Yeah.
Let's take our next question on the Love Gurus podcast. Kind of quiet in the chats tonight, but if you guys got any questions, any comments, let us know. We're going to take our next question from the wild animals on Reddit.
Next question. My girlfriend had a dream where I was attractive.
Oh, wow. So you know she was dreaming.
And it ended in a big fight. I'm 27, my girlfriend's 21. We
Holy
just got
fuck.
into our first big fight after a 7-month relationship. The fight started because last night my girlfriend said that I was with her in this dream, and in it, she found me sexually attractive.
Weird.
I
Your own
took a-
girlfriend? Wild.
I took offense to that, seeing as that in my dream I found you sexually attractive, unlike in real life.
Whoa.
So I told
that's
her-
rough, dude.
So I told her that how it made me feel, and asked her for an explanation on it. She then reiterated it by saying, "Sorry, I should have said that I found you sexually attractive and felt whole with you." Which again didn't explain much.
That's only worse. That means like not only don't I find you attractive, I don't feel whole with you either. Like,
I said that
I don't
I
like
find-
who you are on the outside or the inside.
I said that I find her attractive all the time, sexually or otherwise, and I don't know how I'd feel about spending my life with someone who didn't find me attractive.
Wow, yeah. I mean, the fact that she even said that to him is insane.
You know it's a moot point, right? After 2 years of marriage,
Yeah.
nobody's attracted to anybody, right? Let's
Right,
just
that's
get
fair.
real.
But I would never tell my wife that. Even strapped to a polygraph test, I would fucking be stepping on tacks and doing all that stuff in the Christian Bale movie. I would instantly become a sociopath and fucking trick the polygraph if she asked me.
This was her response to that. Copy and pasted. Nothing added. Can you not be happy with me loving you for you? Honestly, if I knew I wasn't good looking or pretty, I would rather my partner just love me for me.
Oh, low blow.
Whoa, dude.
She's like, you're so ugly, you should just deal with it.
She...
You
That-
are too
that
ugly
hurts.
to complain.
That hurt me quite a bit. And I responded by saying, that was probably the cruelest thing that anyone's ever said to me. She replied by saying that I'm emotional and that maybe we need a break.
Whoa,
And
dude.
also, it looks like it's maybe more important to me than it is to her. She hasn't replied yet, and it's been a day with no contact so far. I feel torn between wanting to just give up and wanting to save the relationship.
Man.
Any advice?
Man.
Yeah.
It's
There's
the
no-
same guy that wrote the first letter, isn't it?
Yeah, we got his family problems. We got his love problems. I think definitely he should, if these people truly are unrelated, we got to figure out a way for you to hook your girlfriend up with that last guy's brother.
Yeah.
They're going to have like the most sociopathic child on earth. He's going to be like the king of Wall Street, that kid. Gordon Gekko will be his bitch, man. It's going to be ridiculous. Man, yeah,
Crazy.
I think,
so she's not attracted to him. and
yeah.
She finds myriad ways to let him
Yeah.
know.
I mean, it's just so fucking wild. Like, the fact that she even said that, it's either... I mean, it's definitely very cruel. But she's either, like, straight up Cruella de Vil without the Dalmatians, right? Or with them. Who knows what's in her closet. But, or she is just so fucking... like, there's Asperger's and then there's a full ass Big Mac with a side of fries, and that's what that shit is. If she truly is not trying to be mean to that guy, it's just like, oh, what? I am like a computer. It's ones and zeros, and you are ugly, but I fuck anyway. You know, that's just her, man.
I think what's most surprising is so she's 21 and he's like 26 or 27. I mean, this is like pretty
Yeah,
advanced
there's a-
for
there's
her
a little
age,
bit-
I
It's pretty
think.
wild. Yeah.
For her to be this manipulative, this young.
Yeah.
Like, nobody think like, oh, that guy, he's manipulating this child, but no, she's fucking him up.
She probably has one of
Wow.
those moms that her mom probably had her early, and her mom like coached her and was like, "This is
She's been
how."
training since she's a
Okay,
kid.
we're not going for looks, okay? We're going for an investment banker. We're talking about you never having to work, okay? Okay. This is like a bend and snatch,
Yeah.
like her whole life lesson.
And if it
That's what-
doesn't end up well, listen, let's watch Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. You see what he's doing to that guy with the kalima, and he's just ripping his heart out of his chest. I'm going to teach you how to do that with words and a shitty look. and that's what she's doing. It's wild, man.
Yeah, I mean, just really crazy. I mean, I can't imagine. So Tom Segura has like a great bit about his wife, who's also a comic, having a dream about him, and then she wakes up in the morning and she's mad at him because of what he did in the dream. But to then just say, okay, I had a dream where I was sexually attracted to someone in the dream.
Yeah.
That dream actually probably wasn't even about your boyfriend. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it wasn't his face. I mean, I don't know.
That's true. If she's way not attracted to her boyfriend, but she was physically attracted.
It's your face, but he just has a six pack. Like, what are you talking about? Of course not.
Yeah.
You had a sex dream about someone else. And it totally happens. Listen, it happens to all of us. Yeah. But just don't fucking tell your boyfriend about it and be a dick.
Right.
That's so
I feel like his girlfriend's a dick.
Yeah. She's a dick, man. I do like that. He looked like you, except more hair, higher cheekbones, slimmer waistline, and your micro penis, quadruple it. Quadruple it. Quadruple it.
Oh, micro penis gets me every time.
It's pretty goddamn fun. It's whoever the hell named that really, really wanted to have one more rub at dudes with tiny dicks. You know what I mean? They really just were like, it's too much fun, man. I know I'm a scientist, but like I gotta get kicked somehow. This is hilarious.
Well, Ben, you are a scientist, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't even gonna bring it up.
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, scientifically, is she out of line?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask about the term micro. Is it accurately used?
Oh.
I was going to tell you about the metrics.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I've spent
many
hours Googling.
Is the dick so small that I literally need a micro lens? Then no, it's not a micro penis.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's...
Oh, go ahead. Okay, so as a female, I think that there are two ways to know that you have made a good friend. One is that you've been through like a hard experience with someone. The second is that like you just kind of known each other for a long time, and it's now you're comfortable with each other. The third is when they admit to you that they've been with someone with a micro penis.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That is just unifying women as friends. And so I'm really sorry for you, sir, but the rest of us, we're making do.
You're being talked about over brunch right now. There's a bunch of women. There's like 4 women at a table eating overpriced eggs and just having a hearty fucking har at your micro penis and ugliness.
If you see a woman spit coffee, you're talking about a micro penis.
Yeah. You're gonna walk by.
It's
and you're
like
just,
the opposite of a gag reflex, which is like hilarious.
She's like pointing to it on the sausage. How big your penis is.
See that pig in the blanket? Cut it in thirds. Cut it in thirds. I'm talking, it looked like a snail just poking his head out the shell, but not too far because he was scared.
But I want to be clear in that this podcast is not micro penis shaming. If you have a micro penis, that's totally cool.
Yeah, I got one.
So
does Suzanne. Both of us do. Both of us got micro penises.
I have such a micro penis.
Yeah.
It's the cutest.
We the original title to this podcast was just going to be micro penises and such. That was going to be it,
But we cut Ben off. You were going to give a scientific explanation for the dream.
Yeah.
If I'm clear.
No, I was going to give a scientific explanation of what the term micro means.
Yeah.
In units.
Yeah, dude. Scientifically speaking, how small you think this guy's dick is?
Okay, so I mean, like a meter's like 3 feet long, and then like a millimeter.
Whoa! I mean, I've been to Brazil.
Yeah. Yeah. You trying to squeeze an extra inch in on me? No, it's like 3.3 in it. I mean.
And then there's like meter, there's like millimeter,
right? Yeah,
which is like
it's all tens,
even smaller than inch, and then there's micrometer, which is like 10 to the -6 meters. So it's 6 orders of magnitude smaller. So you wouldn't be able to physically see it with the human eye. It's like a human hair is like 50 to 100 micrometers, and this guy's dick is smaller than the width of a human hair.
Oh,
that's rough,
so you're
dude.
Okay. So what you're saying is that
it's not the size; it's how you use it, though. You know what I mean? So like, as long as he knows what he's doing.
So what you're saying is that technically the term micro penis is a misnomer because most penises would at least be a centimeter.
Yeah.
Most small penises would be a centimeter long, or something,
possibly a millipenis.
millimeter.
Yeah,
It should be millipenis or centipenis, right?
For sure. Yeah, I'm an ally to the community, so that's fine.
Listen, I've Googled micro penises. If you look on Wikipedia, that dude's dick is definitely at least a centimeter.
Yeah.
And he is holding a bouquet of flowers.
Right.
What
He's a nice
legend.
guy. He's nice in his heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Wikipedia page. It's just a bouquet of flowers next to his penis.
It's I made up the bouquet of flowers part. It was just full on shot of his, but that's what I saw in my head. So yeah.
What is sort of awesome about this though is like this guy's sure he's getting roasted for not being attractive, but the whole time she's like, "But your personality is so good," which is
this
sort
is
of flattering to
okay.
you.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that we do need to address. What if she is just being real? Like, what if she's like, listen, I love you for your personality. Yeah, you're not attractive. And she's just not blowing smoke up his ass. And she's just like, listen, you have a job, you're stable. Yeah, whatever, I'm not attracted to you, but this is what I want. I'm just saying, like, I feel like we all know those relationships, but she's just not being fake about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
she
we
has
all know
no
this.
tact. I mean, we know what
Yeah.
she's trying to say. She's just too young, and she's saying it in a terrible way. She has no tact. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think women are as visual and as horny as dudes.
Sure.
You know, I don't
No, I
think
see
like,
that.
That's what I'm saying. I know,
she probably
I know
likes him
so
or
many
loves him.
couples
Yeah.
where the woman is so much more attractive to the man. And I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, there was no way that she looked at him in a bar and was just like, oh, Deps. Of course
Yeah.
not.
No.
Of
It's
course
not
I've seen those
important to
couples.
women.
It's not.
Every
it's
single
not
time I
about
look in the
that.
mirror with whoever I'm with, I see one of the.
Yeah, ugly dudes have a chance. Ugly
yeah.
women, I don't know. It's another story. You know,
As an ugly dude, I would never fuck an ugly woman. I see a woman that looks like me with tits. I'm like, you disgust me. You disgust me. Get out of here. No.
So yeah, but yeah, I think Lisa has a point in the sense of that. You know, I think that she's just saying, well, we've all put the blinders over. You know, you think about Harvey Weinstein, his wife or ex-wife.
Oh my
whatever.
God.
She's fucking gorgeous.
Oh my
She's
God.
so
Right,
beautiful.
yeah.
how much
Yeah.
drugs and booze do you need to bang
and
that?
she married that troll.
Oh my God.
Knowing that he cheated on her so
Oh
much,
my
and she
God.
just didn't care.
Well,
Oh,
but
that was,
Like
yeah.
it.
Women don't care about that. if there's
it
money.
definitely changes if the dude's rich, though. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because then there's a different thing going on.
But again,
But,
but the levels of
Right.
rich, all you're saying is like he sounds like a stable dude, and
Yeah.
she just sounds like she was like, cool, I want
Exactly.
to date a stable dude. Rather than other 21-year-old guys at my level
That's true.
that are smoking pot and working at McDonald's.
Because-
not saying that they're bad people, but that's not who she wants to be with.
Right, and I definitely do see like attractive women with uglier dudes who ain't Harvey Weinstein or you know what I mean, like a movie mogul or like rich or something.
Man,
like
I
they
had
just
a
got
really-
regular ass jobs. That's just you know what I mean. That's
I had
just
a
the
really
way it
ugly
worked out.
boyfriend, and I loved him because he was a great musician. and it was always
Right.
like, and he was half Italian and half Puerto Rican, and everyone said, "Oh my God, he must be so good looking." And he was like the kind of guy you would want
That-
to put a bag over his head.
Oh no!
He was atrocious.
Because those two ethnicities, you would think
You would
just
think,
made
right?
the most
Right.
beautiful person.
I don't know. It was a bad chemical reaction or something. The guy was atrocious. The
We
good
can't
thing
do
he
that
could
to
play.
Puerto Rico
he could
right
play
now.
the guitar.
Yeah.
He could really play
Do you
though.
think he's
Yeah.
listening to this podcast right
I
now?
hope so.
Yeah.
And can he see this? Oh yeah, he can. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you get for being ugly.
Yeah.
Right. Right. He destroys that island even worse
No,
than a
that's
fucking
not for
hurricane.
being ugly. That's for being a shit boyfriend. Hold
Ah,
on a
got you,
second.
okay.
I went
Yeah,
out
yeah.
with him when he was ugly. This is
Yeah.
for being a
See,
creep.
man, if you're gonna be that ugly, you gotta at least be a little bit of a good boyfriend. You gotta have some redeeming qualities. Unless he's so
Yeah.
goddamn good at music. I mean, he
Yeah.
better be the next fucking George Harrison, man. Like he better be a goddamn Beatle if he's gonna be a dick and be ugly. You know,
What
Lennon pulled it off. You know, John Lennon pulled it
Lennon.
off. That
Yeah.
goofy looking fuck, that bridge troll looking
He
motherfucker.
did get murdered though.
Yeah, but
Karma got him in the end, I guess.
his own Stan was better looking than him. That fucking guy. He's the only one who has a Stan who's better looking than him.
What I will say about dating people who are ugly from my own personal experience.
Yes, and I say that as an ugly person. I'm sorry,
that-
Lennon fans. Also, he beat his wife. Go
is
on.
that when you then look back through, you think about like your old boyfriends, like let's say that you're like alone and sad, and you're looking back there. When you look at the ugly boyfriends, you're like, oh my God, I'm so glad that we like broke up. Even if they did have a gem of a personality, they had like a great career. There's something about like and I think it's like primitive. I think your mind is like, oh no, ugly, no mate with that one.
Yeah.
But then you look at like the pretty boyfriends you had, and it's just like, oh, I'm so sad I'm not with that guy. Even if he was like the hugest dick ever.
Yeah.
Again, it's like a primitive, I want to mate with that one again.
That's the move. And that's good advice to everybody out there. Listen, every now and then you gotta sleep with a really, really ugly person because it makes the average people you have sex with so much hotter by comparison. That's the move. You gotta lower that bell curve. You gotta drive the bell curve down to where it's like, what? A 6.3 out of 10. Ow, I'm coming so hard. You know, that's just the move. That's what you gotta do.
I can tell you've made this pitch a lot, Jake.
It's the only thing that works for me, to tell you the truth.
Ben's like, I smell a radisson, I smell cucumber sandwiches, and timeshares.
I have like a whole tightened it down. Like I have it written. I have it written out.
Yeah,
That's what COVID was good for, right? It was like the great equalizer for ugly people. Everybody had the masks, so
I know.
ugly people could get
I
dates.
never got catcalled so much than during COVID. If I cover up the bottom half of my face, I just have these like blue steely eyes that are like looking into someone's soul. But then they see the rest of my face and my personality, and I'm not attractive anymore.
Dude, I look great when I have my face covered and I have a hat on.
Yeah.
When I'm basically burqa'd, you know,
The whole
like
thing,
the
whole cover.
Yeah. When I look like I'm going to rob people.
Yeah.
That's when I look the hottest.
Yeah.
100%. Joel on YouTube says, I'm here now. Couldn't get the page to load. Thank you, Joel. How's it going?
Joel, just always so
Joel
nice
is
to see
here.
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
So my final advice to this person is, again, I think in my heart of hearts, I just think that your girlfriend's being honest. As Lisa said, she just doesn't have the maturity to spin it in a positive light.
What's she, 7? Is this Kevin Spacey? Who's doing this?
But also, that being said, again, you're also dating a 21-year-old. So your relationship was probably doomed from the start.
Yeah.
Okay.
How old was he again?
27.
Okay,
so,
so that's enough of a...
I just think, at this relationship is done. She's burned that bridge. But then again, it's something for you to think about. But also, what I will say is, even if you break up with her, don't think that you are unattractive. You just might not be her cup of tea. You might be super attractive to someone else. She might
to another
be
27-year-old, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. She might like, curly-haired Greek guys. You're Swede. I don't know. It's just, I'm just saying, I'm not.
Those ugly Swedes.
Just because she says you're unattractive doesn't mean you're unattractive. So that's all I have to say. That's my final advice.
That's true.
Oh man, yeah. My final advice would be, I guess, just you got to figure out, is she doing this to be a total twat? Because it is kind of a cunty thing to say, but like, I don't, she might just be super Asperger's-y. She's young. She's either mean or she's dumb. It's one of the two. It could be both.
Yeah.
But it's definitely one of those two things more so than the other, I'm guessing. So you need to figure out which of those things it is and then deal with it accordingly. If it's that she's mean, I say stay with her and troll her. If it's because she's mean, you need to, mean people are irritable. So figure out her pet peeves and do all of them. Figure out all of them. Does she hate the toilet seat up? Put a spring on that motherfucker. Bang. Just pop it up all the time.
Oh, it's the worst when someone puts saran wrap and you pee like.
I'll bet she loves pranks. I'll bet she's got a great sense of humor, right?
Although I will
pranker.
say the one I can think of like 2 times in my life that I have never laughed harder. One was when I was at sleepaway camp when I was a kid, and this was like for Girl Scouts, and we put a water balloon in the toilets, and girls kept flushed, and they couldn't understand because they couldn't see the water
Wait a minute. To clog the toilet, you mean? You just clogged the toilet?
Clog the toilet with a water balloon.
That rocks.
And it was the funny thing. It's like, it looks normal. And the girl's like, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do? And they're like so embarrassed. And we were just dying laughing.
It's such a
funny.
shitty kid prank. You know what would be really funny is to wreck the plumbing. That's a fun joke.
Someone had to take a bed and go in there and pump the water.
Oh, that rocks. Was there urine in there or anything?
It was like messed up.
It was nice. That does make me want to do that. Water balloon.
Wow.
Man, nothing is. I've never seen Suzanne laugh harder
really,
than at the idea of an overflowing toilet.
Yeah.
And it's like, she is.
Yeah.
She doesn't get out much or something.
She is the real life version of a Terrence and Phillip fan from South Park.
It was just the fact that it affected everyone.
Yeah.
And no one understood what had happened.
That rocks.
And we'd only just thought about this.
How old
And
were you when you did this?
I was probably 9. maybe
Nice.
10.
Yeah. Okay. A 9-year-old doing that. That is funny as shit for a 9-year-old. Yeah. I was picturing you more like a teenager or something.
I think it's just
Yeah.
also nostalgic. It's not that it's
No,
not funny
yeah,
in
I
general.
know.
Like
No,
if you saw
I
that
get
in
it.
the movie, you'd just be like, "Oh, that's gross." But for me, it was what's funny to me is the faces
Right.
of the girls coming out of the toilet.
Right. They don't know how to handle it. Because if there's one thing that is less handy than a grown-ass woman, it is a 9-year-old girl. They don't know how to deal with fucking tech problems.
There's no plunger. There's
Maintenance
no
right.
cleaner, and then just like, oh my God.
Even if there was a plunger, it would be
embarrassed.
we have a plunger, but my dad's not here. So it would be like, they don't know what to do. They're just going to freak out because there's water everywhere. I mean, my whole life I've been pressing this thing and it's been flushing. Let's try it again. Surely this is a fluke. Water coming up. No, yeah, it's that happening if you're 9 would be fucking hilarious. At first I was just sort of like, wow, dude, Suzanne was a stupid teenager, right? Like she found dumb shit funny.
Yeah, we were
but
young.
for a
We were
9-year-old,
little.
yeah,
We were little.
dude. That's and I'm very impressed with whatever 9-year-old thought to do that. Like that's fucking cool. That's a pretty good idea. Like for 9 years old, it's pretty. I was gonna say intuitive, but that sounds like racist almost. You know what I mean? Intuitive. Yeah.
But
Fucking A,
even
man.
intuitive doesn't really make sense, though. Like
Ingenious was the word.
Ingenious. What I was doing is I was combining the two words
Yeah.
and making it sort of sound anti-Semitic.
Yes.
Like it sounded like just Kanye West on fucking mushrooms and a gimp mask trying to fucking say anti-Semitic stuff, but failing kind of.
I think it's also great that you've never seen Suzanne laugh like this after 4 years of
No, I haven't. That's true.
It's like you've been with your wife for a decade and you're like, she just orgasmed for the first time. You're like, what, you were faking it this whole time?
Yeah.
That's
what a real one looks like.
That's not, but that's why I preface the comment with saying there again 2 other. There are 2 times in my life where I can remember laughing so hard.
Yeah.
But I've never brought up that memory for the podcast because it was never.
It never made sense.
We never brought. Never.
What?
Could be plugged in.
I would think,
and also, I probably haven't thought about that in years.
Sure.
Like only just until now.
It doesn't come up of it, and you would seem Asperger's-y as fuck if you just randomly in the middle of a. I think you should break up with her if you just turned and went like, it's fucking hilarious, a toilet overflowing when I was like 7. You know what I mean? Like it would have been a weird thing to just kind of bring up.
That's how I met Mike. I just went on the first date. And I was like. I made toilet explode at 9.
And then he was sitting there thinking, like, this lady will obviously believe any excuse I have for why I was out so late. Dude, she's perfect.
Do we already give our final advice to this question? I can't.
I think we
disoriented.
did. What was the? Was this the one about the attractive thing?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say.
It's like old news.
Yeah. Figure out what the fuck kind of person she, is she mean? Is she dumb? If she's mean, figure out the other things that annoy her other than just your stupid face and body, because there's probably things that she also doesn't like. Do those things. If she's dumb, start hiding shit. You know what I mean? Like, mess with this dummy. It'll be fun. Oh, if she's dumb, put a water balloon in the toilet. Watch her keep flushing. It'll be hilarious. Dude, if she really doesn't think she's being mean, she is as dumb as a 9-year-old Girl Scout at camp 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, before the internet, before my daddy taught me how to Google so I can figure things out. No. I just have to keep flushing. She's just going to be in there flushing and crying because water's hitting the floor and they don't understand why. They don't understand it. Many of them have never seen a backed up toilet. They're just like, this is the magical button that makes it go bye-bye. And it's not going bye-bye. It's going on my feet. It's on my feet. And so they're freaking out. Do this to her. Put the water balloon in the toilet.
Oh, we're behind on comments.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Joel, I think him and Amy are just chatting, saying hi, talking internet problems. But everything's good with Joel.
Right.
We are good to go.
All right. Well, we answered that question. Let's move on to the next
Absolutely.
question.
Next question on the Love Gurus Podcast. People write your questions into loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, watch live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Give us your questions live right here on the podcast. We're going to take another one from the wild animals on Reddit.
Don't tear me apart, please. I'm so ashamed that I'm even asking this question.
What the fuck?
But I need an outside explanation on this. I'm 26 and my girlfriend is 23. We met through Tinder and we've been together for 8 months now. And while at first I didn't notice, I am slowly realizing that, well, she's just not particularly bright.
Oh, dude, put a fucking thing in the toilet. Watch her entertain herself.
I don't mean this in an offensive way. And really, she's a great person. She's very fun to be around. She's incredibly kind, and she's just quite obviously very emotionally intelligent. And on top of that, she's absolutely beautiful and incredibly compatible with me in bed. But when it comes to being smart, she's just really lacking. She really struggles to catch obvious hints. If something is even barely implied, then you have to make a simple connection to something else. She goes, "Huh? What?" And
I do that. That rocks.
And while this doesn't bother me that much, I often do get irritated, but I'm only irritated for maybe a couple of minutes. At first I thought it was cute, but now it's starting to annoy me. But again,
Don't spin my way.
it doesn't annoy me that much.
I didn't get you.
Now, when I say that I'm irritated by it, again, it's only for a few minutes. It doesn't ruin my day. However, I've been thinking that the relationship is basically fairy tale perfect for every other aspect except her intelligence. Should I just learn to be more patient and accept the fact that she's not as smart as I am? After all, everyone has a flaw, and maybe this is just hers. Do you think that this is something that can be overlooked?
You goddamn right it is. The dumb ones are funner in bed. You know that. I hate smart women and they hate me, I say.
I didn't really realize how closely linked the previous question and this question are. Those are... Ugh.
I know, the grass is always greener, right?
Sorry, also, I messed up because I think I read the fourth question, not the third question. So
shit.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Good call. We have a different question.
I was laughing too hard. And I read the wrong question.
No worries.
There it goes, yeah. But yeah, but this question, but actually it's better because this question, again, is very closely linked to the previous question in the sense of like, okay, what am I going to overlook to have this relationship?
Right.
Yeah, and what's this Prince Charming all about? I mean, he doesn't have any flaws. I mean, he doesn't...
he's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normally the guys who are sitting there going, the worst part of my day is my dumb girlfriend. Like, yeah, they're usually kind of dicks, man. I'm just saying.
They're
Yeah.
usually at the open mic too.
Yeah, have you thought about putting some kind of sexist slur on the end of this? Maybe that could be your punchline that you could try later.
That would be unique.
Yes,
But-
yes.
Yeah, again, like to it's just, but I will give him credit in the sense that I think that, you know, people growing up, we're all told, oh, you know, you're going to find this perfect relationship.
Right.
You know, we watched the Disney movies.
Yeah.
The guys have watched the
Disney is full of shit. You kiss a lady who's asleep, she doesn't turn into a princess. You can charge for it.
The guys have watched movies such as Kevin Bart Mall Cop, where the fat,
Goddamn right.
ugly guy from King of Queens
Yup.
gets this smoking hot chick.
Yup.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
You know, so we all watch
Yeah.
these movies where dumb, ugly guys get super hot chicks, and it's totally fine.
That's right. And
and
it's
us
like
as women are like, burr, 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 you know, whatever. So,
gratuitous sex scenes in those movies too, and they're just screaming, "Fuck me, ugly guy from King of Queens! Fuck me, ugly guy from King of Queens!"
Every movie is Kevin Smith, right?
No, Kevin
Kevin
Smith is Kevin
Who's
James.
that?
Kevin James. Kevin
Kevin
Smith is the
James.
director that did like Clerks and stuff.
Yeah, but it's just like
Who
every
actually
movie
lost a lot of
Kevin
weight.
James is in, it's like, oh yeah, okay, great, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna fuck you. Like you can't even see. Anyway, I can't with that guy. So that being said, you know, again, it's like, so he's saying, okay, my girlfriend's not that intelligent. She's great in every other aspect. You know, it's again to me,
man.
this is just the other side of the relationship from the previous
It
question.
really is.
It's like, okay, well, yeah, no, you've hit the nail on the head. You make a hard choice right now, but you need to make that decision right now. Either you're in or you're out. Because if you are lackadaisical about it and then, I don't know, and then 5 years down the road, you're like, you know what? I never liked you because you're stupid. You're the dick. You
Jenny
know
was
this.
right to fuck around on Forrest and possibly
Yeah.
give him AIDS in that movie. I don't like dumb people.
It's like, you know it. So either you need to draw a line in the sand and say either I accept you for who you are or I don't want to be with you anymore. Because, yeah, if you go down a year in the road and they're like, oh, you're stupid and it always annoyed
Yeah.
me, you're the dick.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty, man. I mean, the grass is always greener, you know? This is the polar opposite to where that guy's going, hey, my girlfriend only likes me for my personality and seems to be physically repulsed by me. And then this guy is like, she's really hot, but I fucking can't stand being around her. So,
Well, he didn't say that. He just said
yeah,
he gets
that's true.
annoyed
I
because
mean-
she's not smart.
yeah, but that's basically what if he's. I'm just picturing this guy stewing for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like she said she thought it was the 16th chapel. Like there was 15 other ones we didn't fucking know about. Like you know, and he's just it's just driving him bananas. It's like, what could she have said that's so dumb? And I think this guy is a dick. And not just because of most of his questions, but because of the lack of detail with the dumb stuff. I like to point this out at least once a podcast. When in doubt, I like to err against the person writing the questions for 2 reasons. A, these people are on Reddit and they're animals. B, this is a source that is by, for, and about them. It is their personal Fox News, MSNBC, North Korean state-run news if they happen to run the entire country. So when they give a lot of details, but then they breeze over something, just breeze right past something that seems very important, like, what'd she do that's so fucking dumb, you know? Did she forget where her car keys were, or did she accidentally put the fucking dog in the oven? You know what I mean? Like, what did she do?
That was no accident.
Right. Like, what did she do that's so dumb? There are dumb enough things that, sure, you can't be around it, but, like, what is it? What keeps happening? How often does it happen? I mean, or does she just like misquote fucking movies, or what is it that's dumb? Dumb is a wide umbrella, especially in America in 2022. There's a lot of different flavors of dumb.
Well, to be
There's a
fair,
lot of different levels
He
of dumb.
doesn't say dumb. He just says not smart.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's a synonym. Or cinnamon, am I saying? Speaking of dumb,
One of those.
it's one of them. One of them you put on desserts. The other one is like a word, but the same.
Say there's different level.
Yeah, dude, I'm more like a 6 out of 10.
There's a
and
classic thing with guys. Guys follow their dick, and then they go, but her personality, but this, but that. But yeah, but your dick is calling the shots, and your dick doesn't care if she's dumb.
Yeah.
Well,
100%.
I feel like this guy and the lady from the last question are sort of the stereotypical shallow person of both men and women. When men are shallow, it tends to be physical. When women are shallow, it tends to be like status and money stuff. You know what I mean? That's why you see the rich guy with the hot girl all the time, and you don't tend to see a lot of really ugly rich women. Yeah, sure, you'll see Cher fucking somebody 30 years, but like it's Cher. She looks pretty good for.
Don't say nothing about Cher. I love Cher.
Don't
say nothing about
Cher.
Cher.
You talk about Cher.
Don't you talk about Cher.
I was bragging on Cher's dick just now, dude. I was saying, like, she is out there. I was listening to some podcast or something. She's like in her 70s. She's fucking like a 36-year-old right now,
She's
dude.
so cool.
She is, and like I said, that's not always the case. It's just a general stereotype. Like that tends to be the way it is. If a man's shallow in a relationship, it tends to be over physical stuff. If a woman is shallow in a relationship, it tends to be over like money stuff, lifestyle, security, that kind of thing. But that's not always the case. You know what I mean? There's sugar baby men. There's, you know what I mean, gold digger men. There's Cher's boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like there's whatever, and then there's Cher. It's like no, I mean I could be fucking another guy that's richer than me, but I have enough money to spend every day at the spa, so I want a really young dude to fuck me. You know what I mean? Like that's hey man, like whatever. But she seems like she's just kind of dumb but hot, and so he's into that. Just accept that as a shallow dude, you fucking struck shallow gold, and you're just sitting there whining that the gold bumps you up into a higher tax bracket. Fuck you, sir.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah, the whole tone of the question is like, I'm burdened with such great intelligence.
No one knows what it's like to be smart as fuck.
Don't worry, my girlfriend isn't smart enough to read this question.
She
I'm
doesn't
using
know how to
words
get
like
onto Reddit.
synonym, and then she thinks that I'm baking a fucking pie. She has no idea what a synonym is.
He
If
could
I even
find
said
he
that
could
right.
find a smarter girl, but a smarter girl wouldn't put up with his shit.
Yeah, it sounds like it for sure.
That's right. That's right. The smart ones steer clear of him. Don't worry, buddy. I know what that's like. I know what that's like.
Well, perfect. I think we answered that question. I think we should do the last question, which
Alrighty.
is a lightning round.
Last question, last lightning round question. People, if you've got any questions to write in, write them immediately to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, like and subscribe to this podcast and listen live on YouTube. Watch live, comment live. We'll take the questions. We'll take your comments in the chat. For right now, we are going to take one last lightning round on Love Gurus Podcast.
Lightning round. Wife bought a present for me that's not really for me. I accidentally saw a present that my wife bought for me for Christmas, and it doesn't really seem like a present for me. She bought a car battery jump starter, and I don't want to seem unappreciative, but is this really a gift?
Wait a minute, motherfucker! I hate this guy so much more than the last guy.
I really don't like
Good gift.
I don't really like wasting money on something that seems like it should just be a household item. What's the best way to handle this on Christmas Day?
Fucking moron.
Okay, well, we'll start with Ben.
Sorry, I got aggressive.
What's your final advice on this lightning round question?
It sounds like this guy's car's broken down a lot. And he doesn't want to admit it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm going to push it home like a man. What do you mean I'm going to jumpstart this car?
Ain't you ever seen the fucking opening credits to the Flintstones? No, don't do that.
So that's your final advice? Is that like maybe just admit that you're a broke ass?
Yeah, I don't know. Is this the first time this guy's ever gotten a gift he doesn't like before?
Yeah.
It is a good practical gift to fuck
Yeah.
this mother. I don't know why I'm so upset at this guy. It angers me more than it should.
Yeah. Lisa?
Yeah, he needs to stop snooping around looking for presents. It might not be a present for him, and it might be a present for her boyfriend.
Yes! Just like in Love Actually. Yeah, don't put the cart before the horse. Maybe that gift ain't for you, and that's how you know your girl's cheating. Oh, yes!
Or you could
Great response.
You could get a cart and a horse and you wouldn't have to jumpstart that.
The guy that I'm sleeping with, sometimes his car breaks down and he can't come over here to fuck me. I know what I'll get him. It's something to help his car battery.
Yeah. Okay. So my father, as far as person, is like, oh, really? Like, you're critiquing your wife on the gifts that she gives you? Because he says, a wife bought a present that's not really for me. I don't care what the gift is, how relevant it is to your real life. The fact that you're like, oh, that's not... Yeah, like, his ungratefulness just grates me. I mean, what a dick.
Yeah.
You're a dick, sir, and check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah, dude, now you're ungrateful. Now she's graded.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You're ungrateful. It's grading. It's grading the gratefulness.
Yeah. You're a dick. That's my fellow
You
advice.
fucking suck, dude. I don't know why I should be. The last guy was clearly meaner on like a more visceral level. I don't know why this one bothers me so much more. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm used to the last kind of dick. I'm like, well, he's just shallow and a bit of an asshole. You know what I mean? And a bit smug and thinks he's better than people. I've known this guy before. But this one, ooh, it shouldn't anger me more than the last one. But it really does. You know what I mean? If I had to write to a... If I was like in a college right now trying to fucking write a thesis on why this guy is more of a dick for my psychology, doctorate or whatever, like I couldn't do it, I couldn't do it. I mean, like the last guy is clearly more, but I think it's because, especially since he's married, like once you get married, you tend to get more practical gifts anyway. Oh, first, I am behind on comments. Joel, on the last question, he said, of course she's fun to be around. She's easy to confuse. He says, this is Joel on YouTube. He says, tell her to stick her tongue to the flagpole. That's a that's a knee slapper every time. Yeah. Amy on YouTube, producer Amy, says, I just don't think he likes his girlfriend. Yeah, I mean... Joel on YouTube says, this is for this question, I believe. Buy her a vacuum cleaner for Christmas and then plug the toilet. She'll never forget it.
Oh, my God. That happened to my mom, and she nearly kicked her boyfriend out of the house.
Wait, did he plug her toilet?
He bought her a vacuum cleaner as a Christmas present.
Wow. That's pretty wild, dude.
She nearly put his ass in the street.
But then again,
what a legend.
I feel like that's sort of like a cliche sexist thing, but like that aside, that's another practical gift. I don't know what the fuck.
It was a whole plot point in Father of the Bride where she's like, he bought me a blender. She almost like called up the whole wedding.
Okay, now that one, the blender is a good one. I don't know what the fuck. A blender's a great one. Maybe it's because I cook a lot. I'm like, dude, if you don't have a good blender, that's a practical fucking gift.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, these ungrateful fucks.
No, I'm just thinking back to my childhood. He's like, my dad made a lot of like hummus and stuff, but the blender, like the motor was essentially dead, so he would have to make like this much hummus at a time. He'd make like 30 He'd make like 30 little batches just to get like, because he didn't want to buy a new blender. You gotta have more
hummus than that.
Anyway, so it would have saved me a lot of childhood strife if we had a nice blender.
Okay, how long did he go without a decent blender and like to make his own hummus?
Oh, like many years, like
years,
6 or 7.
This
is
like
probably
third world shit, dude. Was he like really broke or like what's up?
That's the way we were raised, right?
I don't know.
I mean, dude, I definitely don't come from money for sure, but like, dude, I mean, like, yeah, my dad was a factory worker and a gambling addict, but like, if he really liked to make his own hummus, which he didn't, we ate microwave food, you know what I mean? Like a lot of Salisbury steaks and shit like that. But if he would have done that, just buy the goddamn blender.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it would have been faster to like smash the chickpeas by hand.
And dude, I haven't made my own hummus in forever, but it's very good and it's very cheap.
Yeah, it is.
It makes you never want to fuck with Sabre ever again. You're like, I'm being extorted by this hummus company. Yes. This is chickpeas are damn near free. I mean, they really are. I mean, it's really, and when you make your own and it hasn't been put in the refrigerator yet, it is so much better. It's a complete, and it's so easy to do. A little bit of olive oil, some chickpeas, some lime juice, a little bit of salt, pepper. You fucking grind it. That's the basic model right there. Like, boom.
What
you're
about
good
the
to go.
tahini? You left
yeah,
out
I
Oh,
was
I'm
gonna
sorry.
say
I'm
the
sorry. It's been a while.
tahini,
Tahini.
White
I
people
know.
don't know about hummus.
Tahini.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
does this guy know about hummus? He's from the Midwest. Don't go giving me your fucking Midwestern hummus recipe. All right, I'm not
We use
interested.
Chiffenors. We use Chiffenors. What
Yeah.
is this tahini?
Yeah. Oh, I
What
thought
is
you
this?
were going to say marshmallow fluff.
Nah. We
No,
use
tahini.
Chiffenors. What is this tahini?
Tahini is what makes it
This
taste
fucking
good.
terrorist spread. What is this shit?
Tahini's the best part of the hummus.
No,
man.
it really is. I left out the tea. I knew I was forgetting something. Oh, and you crush up the sunflower seeds or something, right?
Sunflower seeds.
Or no. I'm thinking of.
I never made hummus.
No. There's
I
no
can't
sunflower
afford
seeds.
a food processor.
No, I made my own tahini
They're
once,
$300.
and
Oh,
I used like ghee and sunflower seeds and shit like that. And honestly, more trouble than it was worth. Just buy
Tahini
the
is
seeds.
sesame seeds.
Sesame
seeds.
I'm so fucking dumb, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what synonyms are.
It's not your
cinnamon
fault.
and
You're just
yeah.
you're not Middle Eastern. It's
Nah.
we still
But I
like
made
you.
it. It was super easy.
I like you
I haven't
anyway.
made it in fucking forever, but it was good and it was easy. It took 2 fucking seconds. Also, I think it's a waste of time taking the outer shells off the chickpeas. I know the purists say you should do it,
Oh, for
but
real?
like that's a fucking
That's
waste
a
of
pain
time.
in the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a one by one. I couldn't tell the fucking difference, especially after spinning the blender.
Yeah, right.
What I will say is that I had to go blow my nose, and you guys are totally off topic.
Oh yeah, this is why you can't leave.
Yeah, you're running.
This is what
always
every
happen.
episode's
You
like
keep
when
us
you're
on
gone.
track.
It's fucking
It's supposed
awful.
to be lightning round. I come back, and you guys
Yeah.
are discussing tahini.
I'm very
I'm
high.
giving bad
In my
hummus
defense,
recipes.
I just want to say
I'm spreading
Yeah.
hummus
I'm very, very
misinformation.
stoned right now.
Which is amazing, but you're giving amazing advice. So okay,
I
so
do my
have we?
best
Okay,
work like this.
who has given final advice for this wife that brought a present? I feel like we all have, except for
Joel says I bought my wife a vacuum, but I wasn't smart enough not to do it. But I was smart enough not to do it at Christmas. Yeah, like that's the move. dude.
Hey,
Just buy it another
Joe,
time.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's not a present.
Yeah,
It's just-
buy it
it's
for a
the
birthday.
house.
That's the move. Amy on YouTube says, "Sure, Jake, just buy me another robe." Yeah, I mean, it's
I love a robe.
yeah, that's the move. And she spelled robe without the e, so it's like you know what I mean.
Oh,
It's
like
just-
a broccoli robe.
Yeah.
Oh, a
And,
broccoli roll.
It's the more,
Joel
it's the
on
more
YouTube
bitter
says-
version.
Yeah. Well, I got hers made out of broccoli. You know what I mean? It was a whole broccoli
if-
Yeah.
Broccoli
garment.
You get
Yeah,
hungry,
Sure.
it was
take
very
a
Lady
nibble.
Gaga-esque.
Ah.
This fucking robe. Joel on YouTube says, "Before time runs out, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas." Thank you, Joel.
Christmas, Joel. Thank you.
If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a Merry Sunday. Yeah,
Which
there you
is-
go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Merry
Thank you.
holidays, everyone. Yeah,
I
Jake.
like how he
Happy
heard like
holidays.
a 20-minute discussion on hummus. He's like, these people are definitely Christian.
Yeah.
They get very worked up about.
Let's talk about making hummus with peanut butter, like processed peanut butter. Like fuck this. Yeah. He's Midwest as fuck. That's
All right,
that's Trump country there right there. That's Trump country.
Final advice, Jake.
Final advice would be, goddamn, I hate how angry I am at this guy. I guess just take that car battery, hook it to yourself with a sponge in a shower. You understand? Much like Lethal Weapon 1. You remember the guy who forgot more about dispensing pain than anybody else will ever know? I want you to electrocute yourself with your own car battery, sir. She doesn't deserve you. Or you don't deserve it. It's something. She's awesome. That is a good practical gift. If you do not have a car battery charger and you need a fucking car battery, you're screwed, dude. Like, that's one, you don't need it every day, but the days you need it, you're fucking glad you had it. So, I don't know. Like, me and my wife are talking about getting each other for Christmas shades that go up and down from the top. You know what I mean? Like to get, since we're like street level, and like we're just going to buy one thing and call it a Christmas gift for each other. Why? Because we're in a healthy relationship and we love each other and we're broke. But that's beside the point. That's beside the point. We're not doing, where's my pony? Where's my da-da-da-da-da? It's like, no, we're past all that, dude. What are you, a fucking child? Kill yourself with that car battery.
Amazing. Well, I think we answered that question. I think we answered all the questions
Absolutely.
amazingly well.
I just
We are
wonder if he has a car. So did we know if he
Oh shit! Oh, you think it's like the beginning of Wayne's World? You've got me a gun rack. I don't own a gun. What's wrong with you? Okay, sir. If you left out that important detail, and it is Reddit, so they're kind of fucking dumb on here. But like, if that is the case, if it's I just figured maybe you get a car one day, and it was on sale, and I didn't know what to do. I had a gift card.
Next Christmas, she buys him like a wheel, like one part at a time.
Little by little.
You build it one piece at a time,
Here's
like the
an
Johnny
O-ring.
Cash song.
You wanted an O-ring forever.
Oh shit! This has been a great episode. Happy holidays to everybody out there.
And as a reminder, we are off next week for
yes.
holiday break.
Yes, we're having holiday break next week. So if you want to laugh, go get a toilet and some fucking water balloons, and you'll laugh just as hard at this podcast. It's almost as funny, this water balloon thing. Until next week, thank you to Lisa Harmon. Thank you to Ben Miller. Thank you to everybody out there on YouTube. Until next week, like and subscribe. Comment live. We're here every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, except for next one.